What is good? What's happening, everybody? I hope all is well with y'all. This is Thoughts of a Predicate Winner, and we are fixing to get into some of this Austin Metcalf's daddy drama with the white version of BLM. Seems so. So let's get into this video and check it out, man. But before we do, please make sure to smash that like button and smash that subscribe button for me and help propel me into the algorithm. If you're feeling real froggy, double back, click on that subscribe button again, and you can become a member of the channel with exclusive benefits that only members get. And with that being said, let's do it, bro. Let's check this out. Let's see what I'm looking at. Shout out to Officer Tatum. I'm pulling from his channel, so what we doing?
I wish that Metcalf's dad, Jeff Metcalf, was a little more tough and a little more confrontational when it comes to the life of his son and the reputation of his son and the drama that has gone on. Now,
well, I kind of agree. There's a part of me that does agree with that, and then there's a part of me also that feels like if I'm his dad, I'm not even speaking to nobody. I'm not speaking out to the media. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm zoned out, bro. Like my child just got offed. I don't want nothing to do with nobody, nowhere. And I want to, if it's me, I want to be as far away from all the outlandish games that the media and all of these internet trolls play as I can possibly be while I grieve. I really feel like it's there's no way for it to be a net positive. You know what I mean? Because no matter what, he's going to piss somebody off somewhere. And this isn't the moment when you need to be, a political pioneer, right? This is a moment where you need to be trying to obtain peace for you and your family. Try to lead your family through a grievance. So I feel for his dad. But there is a part of me that also, agrees with Officer Tatum here because he is speaking out. He is talking about things. And with that being the case, I do wish he was a little bit more brave about what he was saying sometimes as well.
there was a rally that you guys, I don't know if you were aware of it or not. There was a group that put a rally together that was...
What does that say? What does this say, bro? Protect white Americans. Justice for Austin Metcalf. Demand Carmelo Anthony be put back in prison until trial. I do think that he should be back in prison until trial. I mean, there's more evidence that suggests that Carmelo Anthony murdered Mr. Metcalf rather than a self-defense ploy. And if it was the other way around, let's say this, if it was the other way around and he was the one, they would be putting him under the prison. They would be asking for the death sentence. I mean, are we being honest here? Are we going to keep it real? Because that's really what it would be.
It was, I don't know what it was called. It was like Stop
But, okay, let's see.
The Whites Rally or something crazy like that. Let me see if I got it on here. Protect White Americans Rally. So I guess the rally was put on by a guy named Jake Lang and then Philip Anderson, whom I know I've heard of Philip Anderson before. He's black, actually. So Jake Lang, I guess, wanted to orchestrate something to represent white folks, and that he's tired, or he want to bring awareness to the fact that black people kill white people twice as much as white people who kill black people. And that
I'm not going to lie, my opinion kind of shifted there a little bit. At first I was thinking that's wild, that's outlandish. Are we really doing that? Is that what we're doing as a white society at this point in time? Or as a society in general? Is that what we want to do? White people do great things, man. We do. I mean, and over the past 4 or 5 years, a lot of people have tried to take away from the great things that white people have done and continue to do. And, I get it. But at the beginning of that, when I first saw that flyer, I was thinking to myself, like, okay, dog, like, what are we trying to do here? Like I said in the beginning of the video, is this supposed to be like the white version of Black Lives Matter? Like, what is this? But with that being the initiative, is like, well, this is problematic. What did he say right here? What's the stat? That black people kill white people more.
Represent white folks, and that he's tired, or he want to bring awareness to the fact that black people kill white people twice as much as white people who kill black people.
Black people kill white people twice as much as white people kill black people. That's actually kind of wild. Okay, I'm intrigued.
And that there's black violence that's affecting white lives in America. Now, my whole thing is
that is true.
Is that will I sit there and support something like that? No, I mean it's pointless. It's just driving a wedge in culture. However, I don't have a problem with somebody saying that that's what they want to support. Y'all don't have a problem with Black Lives Matter. If you don't have a problem with a black group saying we need to protect ourselves from white privilege and white supremacy and neo-Nazis and the white plight against the black man. If you don't care if black people do it, then why do you care that white people do it? Because they do have a grievance.
That's
black
fair.
people are committing double the amounts of violent crimes against white people than the.
I share his exact sentiment. I share his sentiment exactly. Would I support that? Nah. Am I going to stop for it if I see it in the streets? Nah. Am I going to share their posts? Nah. Am I going to contribute financially to such? Nah. But do I have a problem with them doing it? No. Right?
Then the reverse. Today. Don't tell me something 3,000 years ago. Today, this is what's happening. So I understand. I don't feel the need to be a part of that. But I do understand that people may have a grievance, and let them do their grievance just like y'all do y'all grievance. However, there was a gentleman that worked, I think, at the Trump administration at some point. His name is Bruce Carter.
Bruce Carter.
So I guess Bruce Carter showed up to the event on behalf of Jeff Metcalf to tell
an old President Trump employee shows up at the event on behalf of the Metcalf father. Okay.
His group that Jeff Metcalf did not want his son's likeness or anything represented with this Save the White Man rally or whatever it's called. And
okay, then to me that should be case closed. That should be case closed. At least I feel. Yeah, like if I pull up to the rally and I tell you like, yo, I don't want my son's likeness involved in y'all's whatever y'all are doing over here. I don't care how right it is or how wrong it is. You need to be pulling just out of respect for a father, out of respect for a family man. Pull that out. Pause.
He came and confronted the guy, and they caught it all on video. And here's a little bit of that video.
All right.
You are part of the fucking problem, my friend. You're trying to create more race divide than bridging the gap. I do not condone anything you do. You do not have any.
That's called white guilt. No, let it.
Wait. He's saying, all right, so Metcalf is on the phone, and he's saying, I don't condone any of this. I don't want you put my son's name out there. I don't condone it. I don't want this being put out there like I'm a part of this. I don't want my name attached to this. I don't want my family to be attached to this. Stop. I dig. That is the man's father. What did he say about white guilt? What's white guilt?
My friend, you're trying to create more race divide than bridging the gap. I do not condone.
You're trying to create more race divide than actually bridging a gap.
Anything you do not have any.
That's called white guilt.
I don't know if that's white guilt, dog. I just don't want, like, I'm grieving and I don't want my son's name out there. White guilt? I'm with Metcalf on this. I would rather see people bridging the gap and all of us coming together as a society and functioning together the way that we did and just wasn't even that long ago, like we were in the 90s and the early 2000s. But white guilt, I don't even understand how we came to that conclusion.
No, let it talk.
My son, let me finish. I give you your time. You take my son's face off your website. I am not associated with you.
You're creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness, sir.
You're creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness. So by not allowing me to continue to do what I'm trying to do here, you are creating more Austin Metcalfs. In other words, this is going to happen more and more if we pull out of this. I'm kind of torn there. Let me let it play.
You are creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness.
You are being weak. I gotta be honest with you about that, sir.
And calling me weak while I'm grieving my son is kind of crazy too.
Condemn your son's killer and the culture that caused it.
Hey, Jeff.
That's kind of a valid point. I mean, if you're going to be here, you're going to be on the phone. There's cameras everywhere. If you're going to be putting your voice and contributing your thoughts into society, then condemn this, bro. Condemn what killed your son. Condemn it. Man, I don't think that's mutually exclusive, though. I don't think that by y'all holding this rally that's necessarily going to stop anything. I don't think that you're going to get any W's. You know what I mean? So ultimately, I'm kind of attacking this situation like, is this event a net positive for society or a net negative for society? Y'all know that I'm not much of a gray area type of guy. I do see a lot of things in black and white. I try to color it, try to figure out a middle ground somewhere. But ultimately, in situations like this, I am attacking the situation like, is this a positive or is it a negative for society? And I feel like ultimately this is probably not going to do the ultimate goal that you have planned in your head or that you think is going to happen, or the thoughts that you are articulating in situations like this, I don't believe are going to actually create any kind of change systemically. So I don't know. It's kind of tough in this situation. I feel like because of what happened and because the father is asking you to not use his son's likeness, maybe you should just respect the father's wishes. But that's a valid point that he just made. That is a valid point that he just made.
Jeff.
That's the problem. You've been submitted.
Hold on, Jeff.
You've been submitted.
I'll handle it from here.
You've been submitted, sir.
Right.
You're not gonna make
If
this
we were
back
all,
down.
if we were all of your nature,
Guys, listen.
You're
Let me
not
say
gonna
this.
shame
what a
us.
weak
You're not
man.
Do you know who you're talking to?
Calling him a weak man is kind of out there too, bro. Like, I'm gonna give Austin Metcalf's dad a little bit of bail here. I mean, as a Christian man, I think that it takes a lot of strength to get up on a TV right after and say that you forgive your son's, that you forgive your son's killer. I do think that takes a lot of strength. I think it takes a lot of strength to be out here representing your family's name to the best of your ability, no matter the fact that they're trying to make they're trying to politicize it, and they're trying to, not just these guys, the whole world is trying to politicize it, and they're trying to insinuate that this happened because of race in some way, shape, or form. And I don't think it's right to call him weak, I guess, is the best way for me to put that.
I'm talking to a black man.
You don't. No, you're not.
Okay.
You sit here, you talk about Trump.
But I am. You're not
Google my name and Trump. No. When you do that, my name is Bruce.
I agree with black males winning,
Google that.
but they're not winning right now. They're becoming degenerates.
What you're doing
and murdering white people.
You're not helping America. You're no more patriotic than I am. No way.
Silent is not helping.
On January 6th?
You've been silent. It's only gotten worse.
Where were you on January 6th?
You've been silent. It's only gotten worse.
Where were you?
I do have a question, bro. Why is this black gentleman with his arm around him so intrigued? Or why is he so? Why is he? All right. You know what I mean? Okay, cool.
Did you stand for your country when they stole our vote?
So you think that made you patriot because you showed up there? Does that make you a patriot?
Joe Biden is a pedophile.
All you're doing is condemning us. What's your solution?
My solution is to...
I'm just saying, I'd be like, yo, take your arm off of me, dog. I can handle my own. Like, I don't need you to Papa Bear me right here, bro. I got it. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
Help people where they're weak. So we have an issue in young black males' lives across the country.
It's not
Say that to Jeff Metcalf. Say that to Jeff Metcalf.
We talk about it, man.
Say it.
At the end of the day, the man is asking. So let me ask you this. You got a father who's grieving, and your response is he's weak.
My father is celebrating my strength right now.
You have no idea. You'll never win the Senate. And what I'll do, I'll come to Florida and run for Senate and run as a Republican, and I'll kick your butt.
No, you lose, bro.
You need 2 years of residency in Florida, first of all.
I like my man's style. Yo, you want to run for Senate? I'll come to Florida. I will kick your butt, guaranteed. If he does end up running against him, this is going to be a dope clip to revert back to. This is dope.
Is why
First
we're in
of
the
all.
situation where we are.
No.
We get these, is that what it is? Okay. Well, at the end of the day, he's asked you what to do and what not to do.
Listen,
you have a right to
he's
do
no
it or not
longer
do it.
You can say that talk about Austin Metcalf, but we're gonna get.
You don't know Austin.
I love somebody.
You
enough
love
to
the
be
thought of
strong with-
using Austin
No.
for T-shirts, for propaganda, and to get out here and talk about
You
who
want
you.
Listen, y'all, there's a lot of fair points that are coming out of both sides here. There's a lot of fair points that are coming from Austin Metcalf's father. There's a lot of fair points that are coming from this gentleman in a cowboy hat. There's a lot of fair points that's coming from this other side too. There is. There's a lot of fair points here. I'm not sure why there's so much angst. This should be able to be talked about in a more civil manner, I feel like.
You
Shut
are.
down a
I'm
white
not
man
raising
right now.
money.
That's what
I'll
you're trying to
shut you
do.
down, ain't
I'm
you?
not
you're not
raising
shutting
money.
me
I'm
down.
not raising money like
Because
Carmelo
I got
Anthony.
family.
I'm not
I'm not
raising
letting them
money
be
like
put down
Carmelo
anymore.
Anthony.
No,
I
bro, you
finance
stop.
this
You
at
came here
home.
to try to shut him down.
No, I
That's-
can't.
Oh, something's gonna pop off.
came in to
this
give him a
is.
message from a father.
And listen,
but I realize
Nah,
that's
bro.
not his deal.
Let's be
message-
honest. You're a black man trying to shut him down because
I'm
what
an
he's
American
saying.
first.
No, man, you don't.
I'm an
really think that.
American. No,
I am. You're
I'm an
not.
American.
I am.
That's
You're
what I
not.
am.
That's why I'm here. You
No,
want
is
to
that it?
silence him.
No,
You want to
I'm an
shame
American
him.
that
I've seen it
says
happen
this
over and
What is happening right here, dog?
over.
here
It's not
doesn't work.
foolishness.
That's what
You've
it
done
is.
nothing. You have not worked
I
on
haven't.
anything. Has not changed nothing. We're here to try something different to stop this,
so what's
bro.
the
And before I get to
All right, dog. All right, hold on. This really, it just seems like a big mess, to be honest. Like, I don't know. And I'm kind of torn because I honestly feel it. Like, I feel what the rally insinuates. I feel what it's about. I feel the tagline on it. Like, I know what they're trying to do there. They're trying to get people up in a roar. It's clickbait. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. We all do that. Anybody that tries to get something off of the ground, you use something clickbaity to get it off of the ground. I get it. But at the core, I think that the values of what these gentlemen, without knowing them, extending them good faith, I think that these gentlemen are trying to stand on good principalities, and I think that they're trying to do something that I at least think that they're trying to change society. I don't know if society will change due to these types of rallies or whatever, but all right, cool. Like, if you want to put it out there, hey, things are crisscrossed. Things are backwards. Everybody's out here thinking that white people have a problem with killing black people, but in actuality, there's more cases of black people killing white people than there is white people killing black people. Okay. Get your ish off, bro. But my only gripe with it here is that the father of the victim is asking you, pleading with you, can you not use my son's name on this? Is there not, if this is the case and it happens and there's more white people that died than from the hand of a black man than there is, black people dying from the hand of a white man, then is there not millions of other or thousands of other white people that you can pick and choose from? Do you have to attach it to my son? And I do get that, bro. Like, and I don't think that that's weak necessarily. I think that it's one of those strange circumstances where I actually feel like both parties have pretty valid points. I do. And shout out to my dog in the cowboy hat. That was fire. All right, let's move on a little bit.
roll the clip.
This ain't about criminality. This is about the fact that he was a little too dark for them, and he ain't even that dark, but they don't like.
What does it say? Ghetto Queen of Congress. Jasmine Crockett says, if you don't defend Carmelo, you're racist. Hold up, dog. See, and this is why I have to validate what those gentlemen are trying to do. What? If you don't defend Carmelo Anthony, you're racist. I don't even know, like, that. Did she really say that, bro? Like, that the ideology behind that is so flawed. I don't even understand, like, how you can come to that conclusion unless you're a racist. And if that's the case, then get out of my Senate, dog. Like, what?
Roll the clip.
This ain't about criminality. This is about the fact that he was a little too dark for them, and he ain't even that dark, but they don't like melanin.
So that's what you think this is? You think that they were bullying him? I guess what you're feeling to Jasmine, Miss Jasmine, what you're failing to, what you're seemingly failing to understand is the ones that you're talking bad about are he's the victim. I'm lost. I don't even understand this conclusion.
Melanin is the biggest enemy that they have ever seen. This is why they go after certain people.
Folks, I really hate to break this news, but I think that Kamala Harris has officially been dethroned as the most smooth-brained individual in American politics.
Let's go.
There, I've said it. Jasmine Crockett is undefeated when it comes to absolutely brainless. I was going to say brain dead, but I'm pretty sure the brain never existed to begin with, therefore it cannot die. So brainless takes, that she is filled with them to the absolute brim. There is no stopping it. So
see, this is part of the problem, man. This is part of the problem. This is part of why there's white people out here that feel the need to go and rally behind a slogan that insinuates that we're in trouble. You know what I mean? Which we're not. You know what I mean? We're multiplying. We still have the family dynamic in effect. We're doing really well for ourselves as a race. I mean, I feel like it's crazy that I even got to say that, but we're doing just fine. You know what I mean? But the reason that they feel compelled to even have a rally is because of people like Jasmine Crockett.
In her latest philosophical take, she explains to the rest of us how the reason why America is not standing behind this young man right here is because we hate melanin. Yeah.
Yo, this cat's funny, bro. Yeah.
And I said we because I don't stand with this dude. So I must surely fall into that category, just like she says, right? As a quote unquote melanated man, obviously the reason why I can't stand
as a quote unquote melanated man. That's funny, bro.
Behind this dude, but instead I stand with the victim in this situation. The reason behind that is because of the hatred for melanin and because there's such a huge problem with melanin, and that's all this is about. It has nothing to do with the fact that this dude took another young man's life who's never.
And this is also why the whole narrative behind like trust every black woman, trust every black man, like this is why that's so flawed, man, is because all of us are failed, bro. Like every human being on earth is failed. We're all flawed as a human race. We're flawed. So you can't just put blind faith and trust. And the irony of it, like you can't just put your blind faith and trust into a person because of the color of their skin. The color of your skin doesn't change the fact that we're filled with sin and that we lie and that we manipulate and you know what I'm saying? Like, or if you're in a scenario and if you're in a case where you just hired a lawyer because you just offed somebody and you seemingly had a bright future ahead of you, yeah, I'm going to say it was self-defense too. That's the best case that you have. It's the only case that you have. It's not going to work, but it's the only case that you have. So yeah, I get it. Like, but to say like, if I'm not defending him, I'm a racist. All right, I'll wear it. I'm a racist. What in the world? Don't clip this up.
Never going to get to experience anything past the year 17 because of a decision made by this guy right here. Has nothing to do with that. Has nothing to do with the fact that a child was taken from a family. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with melanin. Got you. Got you. Okay. No, it makes perfect.
He's like, yeah, dude, just want to make sure we're on the same page here.
Sense. Again, coming from a smooth-brained individual, this is checking out.
You know, somebody got mad.
That is absolutely wild. I can't believe it, dude. I can't. That's like so wild and outlandish that I can't even believe that came out of the mouth of a senator of the United States or whatever, wherever she is, dude. I don't even know nothing about her, but wherever you're from, like to be in the Senate and to have this kind of take, like I would love to just sit in one of those Senate meetings and hear her discuss. Oh my gosh, bro. It's disgusting. It's disgusting, bro. It really is. It's bad. It's real bad. What is
All right. We have an assault over here. We got our first arrest. We have an assault over here. Some pepper spray? Yes. This woman right here in the mask. Yes. She made someone. Please get rid of her.
He was getting in her face.
Got assaulted. I got it on video. The counter protesters are not supposed to in the area. She got assaulted. She got assaulted on video.
Listen how loud certain types of people are in this world, bro.
You know you're not supposed to be here. You know you're not supposed to be here. Right here. Back up. Do not back up.
And shout out to police officers real quick, man. I think that it's super dope that police are starting to get a sense of their morale back in our country. I think that that's super, super dope. Shout out to my uncle. My uncle's a captain.
Do not interfere with the arrest. Move, please. Move, please. You're interfering by not letting us walk. Back up.
Yo, dog, like, you could tell that these people ain't raised the way we were raised, bro. Oh my God, bro. If I would have done that when I was 16 years, I would have been plummeted. What are you doing? You trying to get what you want? What you doing? Does he have a COVID mask on, bro?
Do not get
That idiot 1,000,000% has a COVID mask on.
in the way.
He's probably embarrassed of his teeth. He's probably got a ridiculous messed up grill. Ridiculously messed up. My dog got a COVID mask on, bro.
Interfere again, you will be arrested for interference.
You know how bad that cop has to want to. And I want to say that he should be able to, bro. If you come and put your body in front of me while I'm trying to take somebody to the car, you're lucky I didn't grill you, bro. You're lucky I didn't clock you. You know how bad I would have wanted to hit him, bro? Shout out to this police officer for really keeping his cool, bro. Doing the right thing.
Let her go! 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 Fuck
They think they're hard too, bro. That's the crazy part is they really think they're hard.
her go! Let her go!
Fat boy.
Let her go!
Yeah, here you go.
Back up! Get back up! Get in touch! Get in touch! Get back!
What you thought was gonna happen, homie? What did you think was gonna happen in this situation? Just tell me. Just tell me what you thought you were gonna. Did you think that you were gonna accomplish something? Did you think that they were gonna say, "Oh man, you know what? Because you threw your fat body in front of me, you know what, buddy? You're right. I think I will let this lady go, even though she committed a crime. I think I will." Dog, what is wrong with y'all? In all honesty, we got to have a real talk about that, bro. If I wasn't at 30 minutes, I would have a real talk with the super libs. Like, what is wrong with y'all? Y'all have brain damage, bro. Real talk.
Stay back up!
What the? Oh, you're so big. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. You're gonna
What you want me to do, young lady? What you want me to do? This fat boy comes and throws his body in front of me while I'm trying to take somebody into custody. I could consider that as a threat. That was threatening. I could have done worse. He got what he deserved. Got what he deserved, dog.
You okay? Are you hurt? I'm good. You wouldn't have done that, man. I was super cool with you guys. Sit up.
Let me see them teeth.
And I'll finish.
What did he just say? I'm super cool with you guys. Is that what he just said? What's wrong with y'all? Y'all are contributing. Y'all are contributing warfare to the United States of America. Y'all are going to cause problems to the point where you're not going to leave people with no choice. Just like in this situation. And when y'all are down, it's too late to apologize. What's that song? One Republic. It's too late to apologize. That's going to be you. Yeah, man, I really like you, though. What? What? Stand on it, boy. Stand on it. Stand on your business. I would have had more respect for him if he would have. I would have had more respect for him if he would have ran up on the cop. I would have had more respect for him if he tried to free old girl. I would have had more respect for him if he would have ran. Or to take your lick like a man, dog. You got in his way multiple times. You threatened a police officer with your over eagerness. Sit down. slammed you on the concrete. And then you want to say, yo, but I like you guys. I like police officers. What is wrong with y'all?
With this, ladies and gentlemen, for all intents and purposes, there's no way that this kid's going to get off. I think they made a horrible decision by going with that idiotic person. I wanted to call him a name.
Now, facts. I want to say facts. I really do, for all extensive purposes, hope that they do not let this kid off. But let's say this: if this was 2.5, 3 years ago, I would be fearful that they would let this kid off. But the issue is this: is that if you reverse the scenario, and this is what I have a beef with, if you reverse the scenario, and Austin Metcalf was the one that hit Buddy in the chest, y'all would be wanting to bury him under the cells. Y'all would be searching for the death penalty. Y'all would be calling for his life to be taken, and we would have to go through the next year of defund the police, Black Lives Matter, this whole nonsensical BS. Like, come on, bro. Come on. At the end of the day, and it didn't have to be made into this huge ordeal. It didn't. When I first watched that clip, the last thing when I first started seeing this story unfold, rather, the last thing on my mind was, oh, that boy is racist. Some kind of race issue must have happened. None of that crossed my mind, because I'm just a real American that lives in a real society that works sun up to sundown every day and tries to take care of my wife and my kids. I don't have time to think like that. I don't have energy to think like that. And I don't know what's wrong with y'all, man. And that's really my conclusion to all of this. So with the rally, it's either going to be, ultimately rallies are either going to be a net positive for society or a net negative for society. And you kind of got to make up your own mind on that. What do you think that this kind of rally is going to set forth? Do you think that there's going to be some kind of positivity that comes from it? I would say probably not. I don't really do rally. Like, I don't do protests. That's not me. That's just not who I am, right? Like, I just live my life. I be good where I can be good. I do well for others. I do unto others as I will have done unto me. I love my neighbors, and I try to do right by people, and that's all I can do, and I can try to teach that to my children. But ultimately, there's no purpose in this. It's unsensical. It's irrational. But you have the right to do it. So if this is what they want to do, salute. I don't think that there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? Of you doing what you want to do. I just don't see the point. I don't think that there is a point other than pointing out the hypocrisy of it all, which, cool. I mean, we already know of the hypocrisies, though. The people that are going to listen to you already know of the hypocrisies. The people that are never going to listen to you are never going to listen to you. So at that point, if you really think about that and break it all down and look at it from the outside, I would say that it would probably be just a better thing for you to do as a human being, just to not involve the Metcalf family. You know, the dad asked you just nicely, like don't do it. And I got a lot of respect and a lot of admiration for the Metcalf father, for the way that he has handled this whole thing, at least from what I've been able to see. I do. I have a lot of respect for him. So I don't know, man. As a father myself, I'm going to prison if y'all start putting my daughter on t-shirts and start putting my daughter all over merchandise to try to prove a point, like, or try to use her name and her likeness. Like, nah, dog, leave my daughter alone. You know? So I get it. I do. I understand it. But there was a lot of mind bending in here, man, because I went into it feeling like, no way, to, oh, okay, I can see that, to, oh, okay. You know what I mean? There was a lot of that in this video. So this was a good clip, man. This was good content. I appreciate y'all for putting me onto this, Jody. And with that being said, I appreciate y'all. Please make sure to smash that like button and smash that subscribe button. And I will see y'all on the next one. All right? Peace.